Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Paddlers. I'm Paper Guy, and it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today, again, just to be a kindred soul with the Mrs. Paper Guy over in Philippines, I had a warm San Miguel. I'm noticing a trend over here, and Mr. Magazine is not here. However, we do have Dandy Donald here, and unfortunately, Donald, I did not write down a Confucius joke tonight. Without Mr. Magazine to enjoy them, or a guest to enjoy them. I'm sorry, I do apologize. And welcome in La Paper. Merry Christmas Eve. Ciao. And delightful me, Dawn Wright. And thank everybody for being a member. That is a member. It's going to be a quick show tonight. I have this feeling. We're going to start it out like we always do. How are sales? Mr. Magazine did note average right now, he said, where did I write down anything more than that? Yeah, he said everything is average right now. Whatnot's actually up a little bit for him. eBay's down from Christmas. His adult website is down as well. I guess that's not a great gift to give for Christmas. Who knew? And welcome in, John. Merry Christmas to you as well. Non-existent. Oh, there you are. Well, I'm not on time away, and I'm pretty darn close to you, Don. And hello, delightful Diane. Great to have you. My sales are horrible. I have never seen a Christmas this bad before. Just have not. I think I sold one store item yesterday, 2 auction items, 1 store item yesterday with 35,000 items listed. Today has been pulling teeth as well. But it is slow everywhere right now as far as my sales go. Etsy, eBay, Amazon, and so on. Whatnot's been super slow, but that's totally on me. Exactly. I have yanked all of my Whatnot shows this week. The reason why, and if you were going to go to one of those shows, I do apologize. I've been doing a lot of sorting and down in the basement, moving things around. And I get into a good groove doing this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to leave to do the Whatnot show. Let me just reschedule the Whatnot show. So we're actually ahead of schedule on the basement, which actually is really, really good. I spent about 6 hours today moving stuff around down there. Found a book from 1793 I didn't even know I had. Just finding all kinds of neat stuff down there as well. So we're repackaging it, throwing out all the nasty old boxes, and finding neat stuff as well. So that is that. And we moved 34 boxes out to the shed this morning from a different room in the basement. So we are really moving a lot of stuff out to the shed, out to Rosebud, and the other stuff in another room I'm trying not to move out, but I got to repack it. So it's nice. 0 on Saturday, 1 Sunday, 3 Monday, 5 2. Wow. If you continue at that rate, 7, 9, 11, 13. Dead for a week. Overall, December is pretty good due to nice isolated spikes in a Facebook marketplace sale set of golf clubs. Yeah, it has been absolutely terrible over on eBay. And like I said, I have not gone to Whatnot all week long. Yeah, absolutely, Don. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. So yeah, over the last 2 weeks, I've moved 80 boxes out to Rosebud. So it's getting pretty filled up out there, at least for now. Again, I'm going to try not to move any more out there, but then I'm going to be putting up a bunch of Whatnot auctions as well. So got a lot of great plans. As many of you know, that I will be going to Los Angeles this weekend, though, with Mysterious Benefactor. Those of you behind the paywall know the fun I had in that trip, or setting up that trip. And then we also went to Erie this past weekend. So 14 out of 51 promoted. So promoted is only 28% thereabouts. That's really, really low for the promoted. 1 item on $1 Million Peddlers over on eBay. 2 on Viv's Views, both this morning. Figure that one out. 6 over on Etsy. So again, that's a far cry from the 40 that I did in the middle of the Christmas sale that they had over on Etsy. Buys, Mr. Magazine. I had a guy reach out to him who had a whole bunch of adult magazines. Said what he wanted for it. Mr. Magazine said, okay. Then the guy goes, I need $200 more. So Mr. Magazine said, fine. Then the guy said, oh, well, I shopped it to a bunch of other people, and a guy came in with a really high price, so I'm not selling it to you. Of course, Mr. Magazine had already sent $3,500 over there. Luckily, the guy is sending back the money. Kind of crazy. And then he has a deal out in California, $7,500 check and return labels he sent to the guy for the guy to send the mail to him using priority flat rate. And $1,000 worth of labels were in the envelope as well, the box as well. Apparently, according to his postman, Amazon did a lot more, worked out a deal with the post office, do a lot more shipping than usual. So basically, Amazon jumped the line on everybody. And then if there were items that the post office didn't think could get out there on time anyway, they just held back sending them, including Mr. Magazine's stuff. So Mr. Magazine was sweating bullets there with a $7,500 check and $1,000 worth of labels in the mail. Kind of crazy. And welcome in, Jazzy Jeff. Merry Christmas to you as well. And Nova, welcome in. Great to have you in. And Jackie Jackson. Thanks to everybody who are members. Definitely do appreciate that. And then Mr. Magazine also bought 500 magazines and records from a lady that drove in from New York City that has family here. So I guess that's pretty good for her. She came in and she picked up a little extra money for the holidays. So that's good for her. The only buy that I did was in Fredonia, New York. I went to top of a hill during a snowstorm. And those of you who know upstate New York, that is right in the middle of the snow belt. So here I am driving up there. I knew there was going to be problems because they were salting the thruway with no snow. And I'm like, oh boy. Sure enough, get to the top of the hill. It is windy and snowy. And he had a foot of snow packed down already. And I'm going, oh boy. Ended up spending $180, 18 boxes total from him and another dealer. Found some decent stuff in there. A lot of stuff for whatnot. But for instance, did find this over here. It's not the item of the week, but always look for that on books. Autographed right there on the front. So this is an autographed book over here. It was just in the box of stuff that I bought. He may have known, he may not have known. I don't know. But if you look in here, indeed, it is autographed. So I seem to be doing a really good job of picking up autographed books lately. So can't argue with something or other like that. You know, a nice autographed book in there. So make some money off of that as well. Hello, Nanette. Nice, Nanette. Good to have you in. Hopefully everything is going well in your world, or as well as it can be. And it's a Christmas Todd. And New England Cage and Roots Reseller. Welcome in. Hopefully everything's going well with you as well. And everyone. Absolutely. But the nice thing about that is I got to expense some of my trip over to Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm not your accountant, but if you're able to do so, you should probably do so. Write-offs are fun. They're your friends. Donna Rooney, exactly. Salesman pretty poor, 75% compared. Yeah, I think we're all seeing the same thing. I sold one item out of the store yesterday, Kelly. That's not good. And, Merry Christmas, Garden Resale. Good to have you in. Worst sales since March 2020. It is brutal. It is brutal. Absolutely. Glitch of the week. Monday, I had a problem. I sold an item. Well, that's not the problem. Yeah, the eBay glitch. They actually let me sell an item. No, the glitch was I went to look at the pictures for the item, and all the pictures were not there. None of the pictures were there. And I'm saying, oh, boy. But it was just a one-time glitch, so I don't know what was going on with eBay, but it was just a one-time glitch over there. Chilling and soaking the white beans. Oh, nice. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'd come on by, but I've got plans. Actually, I don't, but I wasn't invited. Something I started too, so I'm pulling old listeners to play some better stuff. I've made a few buys. I probably need to take a break for a bit. Yeah, given that I moved 80 boxes out to the shed and still have the Three Seasons room to do and half the basement to do, I probably don't need to buy either. That being said, there is an estate sale Friday. I might go to it as the last estate sale for the year just because it's a guy that always gives me good deals, and I kind of want to show him some support, even if I don't buy anything. So we'll see how Friday goes. We shall see. 7 fish dinner. Oh, geez, Louise. Well, I can have Mrs. Paul's 7 times. I don't know if that counts the same or not. I think so. Probably does. So item of the week this week. This actually, they've kind of done away with the thing over on YouTube, but for a while there, they had where they would send things out to people who were creators, and they sent this. How cool is this over here? 20-year anniversary of YouTube. A great little t-shirt that they sent out to me as part of their creator program. Now, I don't wear t-shirts, so I'll probably take this and stick it in the closet and forget about it. And in 20 years from now, when it's a vintage t-shirt, I will pull it out again and it'll be worth about $50. And I'll go, oh, very, very cool. Never worn. But very, very cool. They've kind of done away with those creator perks. They said they were going to be on hiatus for a while, unfortunately. But it is very, very cool to get things like that, definitely. Which glitch was that, Garden? I don't know if I caught that episode or not. Calamari, tuna and beans, crab legs, stuffed little neck, and then seafood risotto with lobster scallops and shrimp. I don't see any Mrs. Paul's anywhere in there. Just saying. Just saying. Or the Gorton fisherman. Insulting offer of the week. Indeed, I did get the $1 offer on the chemical book that I had, as noted last week in the chat. I did respond back. I probably would have been more likely to accept it at $20. But that's all in fun. Oh, okay. Yep. It's crazy. And Mr. Magazine had an Aubrey Plaza Parks and Rec signed card. He picked up a number of them for the Pennsylvania deal. This was PSA 10 autograph and PSA 10 card. They do grade both of them separately, and it was PSA 10 across the board. He has it at $1,068. He got a $120 offer on it, which is absolutely insane. Sounds very good. Exactly. Wow, that's a tough glitch. That is a tough glitch right there. We're not going to do the Cornfuchsius because Mr. Magazine is not here to enjoy it. I do apologize to anybody who tuned in just for that. Customer issues. Mr. Magazine had the guy. Now, we noted him a couple of weeks ago. He bought the Tom Maddie signed jersey XL, and then left Mr. Magazine a negative saying, I should have bought a 3XL. I don't know how you can leave a negative on that. You ordered an XL and got an XL, but whatever. Well, apparently he's returning the item. I sent it back, but the return software screwed up. No big deal, but I returned it. Do I paid for something that did not fit? And I don't have typical when you rely on software and fire live customer. Service in India, etc. eBay, you should change this, but you won't because you deem losses from customers who are upset from losing money from lack of service acceptable. How do I know? My 40-year career was in consulting, 2000s high-tech and internet companies. I know LIOL. I sat in on your meetings. You don't say it outright. You all wink and nod, rationalize, and justify. LOL. Dude, you ordered a single XL and left a negative because you received the single XL and wanted a 3XL. I definitely told Mr. Magazine, do not refund that until you get the item back. Absolutely not. No reason at all to do so on that. Yeah, thank goodness I do as well on that. I'm sorry, Don. Maybe that's the joke. Oh, no, absolutely. Well, it hasn't even made its way back yet at this point. Yeah, the only way I would give a shipping refund on that would be if I said it was an XL and I sent the wrong size out. Then obviously I would. But if you order an XL and want a 3XL, that's on you. That's on you. Mr. Magazine sold Morrison Hotel, the album, over on Amazon. Apparently it didn't get there in time. I am a Prime member, which guarantees me my item in the shortest amount of time is what I pay for. You promised delivery before Christmas, which did not happen. You or Amazon will refund the purchase price, or I will go through the card I used to get a refund. You should have sent it first class instead of ground, and we would not be having this issue. Yep. Should have sent it first class and not ground. Absolutely. Yep. People. And then Mr. Magazine also sold a Don McLean Playing Favorites record over on Amazon. I did not realize this order was being sent via USPS. I thought this would be delivered by Amazon. Our post office in North Bend will not deliver to our mailbox when I order. How can I tell whether the order will be delivered by Amazon or by the post office? So many people having problems. And I don't know. He then gave an address that could be delivered to at a post office box. Maybe you use that as your Amazon address. Just a crazy idea. Just a crazy idea on that. I saw this and I thought this was really interesting over here. There is a U.S. congressperson, a congressman. I did not write the name down. He's asking the Federal Trade Commission to investigate the PSA parent company. They just bought Beckett. Now, apparently, they control 90% of the grading services out there. Pretty much the only other company out there would be CGC, does a little bit of grading. But they control 90% of the grading services. And so this person wants to know if they essentially have a monopoly on the grading services or not. And kind of interesting to read that. Apparently the government is getting a little bit curious about it. My question would be, how did this end up on the radar of the congressman? That would be what I'd want to know. Is he a collector, or does he have a friend who's a collector, or kids or something? Or did somebody just reach out to him and ask? My problem with the grading, and I've mentioned it before, especially with the comic book grading, it takes the same amount of time to grade an Action Comics #1 as it does to grade an Action Comics #1000. Yet the Action Comics #1 cost immensely more to have graded. They also charge a percentage off of what they graded. That seems to me to be a bit of a conflict of interest, where if you graded an 8, it's such and such a cost. If you graded an 8.5, it's more money for you. Of course, that also means it's more money for me when I sell it. So absolutely nobody's ever going to complain about an inflated grade, because it's more money for us, but they can build up the amount of money they get by doing that. So that to me seems like a conflict of interest. No doubt at all about it. It should be same price to grade every comic. That would be fair. That's not how they do it. So if you want to investigate, Congressman, that would be where I would investigate. Talk about a conflict of interest. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, indeed, it is a racket. And like I said, if it's costing $1,000 to get it graded an 8, and then you set it back to being 8.5, and I owe you another $250. Well, you've just increased the value $2,500. So I'm not going to sit there and say, no, I'm not going to pay. Of course I'm going to pay. Heck, charge me an extra $1,000 and give me a 9. So it's crazy. What do donkeys send out near Christmas? Mule-tide greetings. There you are. That you could write for them. You could write for them. Definitely, Jackie Jack. Thank you much. So I'm listing some silent film invoices from the movie companies. I picked up a lot of those, and so I'm listing those. And there was a movie. Well, it was actually a short. Wasn't a full movie, but it was a comedy short that was sent out called Pigs and Kava, Kava. It's the name of the movie. I went to list it, and I got a warning. You can't sell kava. Apparently kava, which I'd never heard of before, I had no idea what it was, is a controlled substance, because I guess you can, it's psychotic, a little bit of a, what do you call it? Like the mushrooms and that kind of things. I had never even heard of it before. Thank you, eBay, for telling me before I went and listed it, and then all of a sudden got in some sort of trouble. So yes, it is just a movie. I'm not actually selling anything kava or anything at all about it, given that I'd never even heard of it before. And I just learned a new word today. I learned something new there. And let's see. Oh, Labubu. We all love Labubu. We talked a couple of weeks ago about people getting their Labubu tattooed, the actual Labubu itself tattooed. Apparently Pop Mart, who owns the company, their stock is down 40%. So I guess the craze is on its way out. If you've got any Labubu, I would suggest either selling it or sticking it away in your personal rosebud and picking it out in about 15 to 20 years. If you are buying it with the expectation to be selling it over the next couple of years, I've got a feeling it's going to be a little tough sledding for you there. So looks like that craze is on its way out. Just figured to let you know. Oh, it's very, very messed up. Definitely. I went to try to sell something or other on Amazon. Well, I had something on Amazon listed, and they gave me a pricing error. And so I went over to try to correct the pricing error, and it was really, really funny. They were that whole passive aggressive snarky kind of thing. If you entered that price in error, well, no, I wanted $24 on it. But that is how they now warn you. They had not had that before when I went to change the price. So it's like, if you entered that price in error. So apparently missed my calling. I could be writing script for Amazon. Hallucinogenic. Yep, there you are. Thank you much. Yeah, 40% down. Yeah, just like Beanie Babies and fidget spinners. And for those of you who are members, we definitely do want to thank you. For those of you who are not members, would appreciate it if you thought about trying it for the new year. You can, of course, expense it. I got a lot of reselling content back there. We are not raising the price this year. I only bring this up is because one of our competitors raised their price up to $7, which is actually more than what we're charging. And they only have a Discord. They don't even do videos back behind the paywall. So I think you're getting a heck of a deal back behind the paywall. I want to continue giving you guys great content for the upcoming year. Do appreciate everybody who is a member. If you're not a member, give it a try over there. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and I think you'll stay. And we're not raising the price this year. So thank you much. And we mentioned a while ago that there was a 1935 Green Bay Packers stock certificate, one of only two known to exist. The other one, of course, is in the Green Bay Packers Museum itself. It did go to auction and ended up going for $109,800. Nice little stock certificate there. Got to be one of the more valuable stock certificates out there. Would be a lot of fun to find that sitting somewhere in somebody's collection, but you absolutely never know. Absolutely never know about that. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time here. Again, we've got our usual Christmas video going up tomorrow where we thank everybody and talk about a little bit about Christmas. It's actually funny. We did shoot the Christmas video and the New Year's video at the same time. And they both were while the government shutdown was still going on. So that should tell you how much lead time we end up having. So Mr. Magazine was making jokes about the government shutdown. So when you watch it tomorrow and you go, what is he talking about? Is he on Kava? No, he's not. See how I segued back earlier to the show? No, he's not. He just was being funny. But we definitely do want to thank everybody out there, whatever it is that you celebrate this time of year. We really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. Wednesday is the day we both look forward to. He's with family today. So I guess he doesn't look forward to it quite as much. Then again, I got Mrs. Paper going overseas. So if I weren't doing this, I'd either be sleeping or sorting stuff in the basement. So I'm glad to take some time out of the busy schedule to spend it with you guys. I really do appreciate it. You guys have been nothing but supportive ever since we started the channel in 2020, I guess it was now. 4 or 5 years ago now, I guess it was, something like that. It's been a while. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you out there. Remember what the season is about. A lot of stuff going on out there, a lot of traffic, a lot of this, a lot of that. I'm going to be flying to Los Angeles this weekend, and I just found out that they're talking about 8 inches worth of snow in New York City. Now I'm flying out of Washington, D.C., but there'll be a lot of snow over in Washington, D.C. as well, I'm sure. And they're also getting flash flooding in Los Angeles. So make sure that you stay safe no matter what. And boy, can I pick places to go or what. So should be a lot of fun traveling. And I'm going to have to remember what I'm telling you right now. And I'm going to have to remember the season as well, because when I'm sitting on a tarmac with a 2-hour delay, or I don't get into Los Angeles till, 8 hours late or something other like that, or back home till late. Trust me, it's going to be trying my patience as well. But I'm going to sit down. I'm going to remember sitting here talking to you, and I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to say, hey, a lot of people out there have it worse. Got to be thankful for what it is that I have. Thankful for my health. Thankful for all of you. Thank you for Mrs. Paper going around your neighborhood kid. Yeah, that big clown, Mr. Magazine too. Thankful for all of that. Thankful for living in the United States, and just for the ability to be able to make a living selling secondhand goods, of which apparently I have been buying an awful lot of secondhand goods. As I carried 80 boxes out to Rosebud over the last 2 weeks, I am definitely getting my workout. I am taking it slowly as well when I bring the stuff out there, because Mrs. Papergoy is not around. So if I suddenly collapse in the shed, nobody's going to find me till Mrs. Papergoy comes back in 3 weeks. And, I don't really want to go in the shed. As far as what a way to go. They find my bones in there with all those books and everything. So I'm taking it definitely easy. I do have the high blood pressure, so that is regulated, but I don't want to overexert myself. So again, taking it easy out there as well. And you need to do so as well. Again, it is a crazy time of year, a hectic time of year. Take a couple of deep breaths and, just kind of, don't overexert yourself is, I guess, what I'm trying to say right over there. Oh, Gravity Goods, welcome in. Great to have you in as well. Happy holidays to you as well. It's not going to last, Don. It's not going to last. I'll be back tomorrow screaming. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Exactly. Got to buy a lot of dryer sheets to be able to get rotting carcass out of old books. Clothing buyouts. I will keep my eyes open. You absolutely never know. I've not come across any of those. Not that I've looked for them, but you never know whatsoever. I'm not so interested in book and buyouts just because I guess I never realized exactly how much stuff that I had in the basement until I started moving it all. And you move 80 boxes and still have another 80 left or 100 left to move. And you're saying, I might have just a little bit too much stuff. So I'm also going to try to cut down a little bit in 2026 on the buying, or at the very least, try to ramp up the selling over on Whatnot to get a lot of the stuff out the door. Some of the deals that I had picked up last year were set for Whatnot, and I just never got them up on Whatnot because the next deal came in and the next deal came in. So I've still got stuff that I bought in like 2023 or 2022 sitting out in the Three Seasons room, some old books from the 1800s and everything. And I really need to do something with that stuff just because it's not doing me any good sitting out there. So it'd be nice to get some money in the account and that stuff out. Of course, it would also be nice if I actually held a Whatnot auction that I advertised that I was going to hold. Holding out hope that next week I do hold my Tuesday, 2 auctions on Tuesday and 1 on Wednesday. The only reason why I wouldn't would be if I'm completely backed up on the flying back home. I'm not supposed to get home until about 6 o'clock at night on Monday. So could be a little bit brutal if the weather does not cooperate, because I also have stuff to find from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it'll be a little bit busy packing as well. So we shall see how that all works out. There you are. You don't want my clothing for free. We all see the way that I dress. Everything I have is definitely straight from a thrift store. Again, do appreciate y'all coming out. A very, very short show today. Merry Christmas, everybody. Next week's show is going to be fairly short as well. I don't believe Mr. Magazine is going to that either. Thinks he's got plans or something or other like that. Thinks he's one of the cool kids. And tomorrow I actually am going over to Mr. Magazine's 9:30 in the morning. So come on by if you're anywhere in the area. We'll all surprise them. They're having breakfast over at his house, and I'll be having that. I did miss the warehouse party, which was last weekend. I did miss it because I was in Erie, Pennsylvania, or driving through snowstorms in Fredonia, one or the other. So I did miss that, but at least I get breakfast tomorrow. So definitely do thank everybody for coming on out, and do appreciate that. Oh, there we are. Just sit here and pet. Actually, I'd hold it in my lap and pet it like this all the time, like Dr. Evil. I think that's a really good idea. All right, everybody. Thank you much for coming on out. Merry Christmas to all of you. And hopefully everything is going well for everybody out there. And we will see you all next show. No Mr. Magazine next week. We do have the regular shows. And if you're behind the paywall, I'm going to shoot some shows tomorrow or Friday. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.